Tonight in Williamsport, we will hold the 14th and final public listening session around what Pennsylvania's implementation plan for the Clean Power Plan should look like. And it's another example of the transparency and integrity that I talked about. The governor challenged us as an agency when this rule was handed down in August of this year to listen first and write second. To listen to Pennsylvanians, because energy is such a huge part of our state's economy. We have such a wealth of indigenous energy resources. In Pennsylvania, we're the #1 energy exporter in the United States. We're the #2 energy generating state in the country, #2 in nuclear power generation, #2 in natural gas production, 4th in coal production, 12th in solar capacity, and 16th in wind capacity. So we have a diverse set of energy resources that are really inextricably linked to our economy. And the governor wants us to fold that into our thinking in designing a plan that works for Pennsylvania. The Clean Power Plan requires Pennsylvania to reduce its carbon dioxide emissions by 33% by 2030. The nation has to reduce its emissions by 32%, so we're slightly ahead of the curve there. But we believe that this requirement is ambitious but achievable. And let me walk you through why we think it is very achievable for Pennsylvania. Between 2007 and 2014, Pennsylvania's CO2 emissions have already fell 20%. They went from 134 million tons to 107 million tons between 2007 and 2014. Why did that happen? First of all, the Great Recession. Secondly, some federal requirements, the Mercury Air Toxics Standard, had some impact. But third, and fundamentally, the predominant influence has been the shift from coal to gas. Cheap shale gas has displaced coal as a fuel, and if indeed there is a war on coal, it's being waged by natural gas, and natural gas is winning. So as a result of those factors, Pennsylvania's carbon dioxide emissions have already fallen 27 million tons. Where we stand today, we are emitting about 107 million tons of CO2. When the Clean Power Plan compliance period starts in 2022, the first hurdle rate that we will have to achieve is for the state's CO2 emissions to total 106 million tons. Only a million tons less than we are currently emitting 7 years from now. So clearly achievable. And when the compliance period proceeds over the ensuing 8 years, Pennsylvania will have to reduce its emissions to 91 million tons. So the long and the short of it is between 2007 and 2014, Pennsylvania's CO2 emissions fell 27 million tons. And between 2022 and 2030, our emissions will only, I'll use that word in quotes, have to fall an additional 15 million tons. So clearly the Clean Power Plan sets an ambitious but achievable goal. Renewable energy, energy efficiency are going to figure predominantly in our work. But as a state where 34% of the electricity comes from nuclear power, we have to pay attention to all of our indigenous resources. And we will be working on a plan that really threads the needle, that takes advantage of our rich energy mix, that creates economic opportunity for the state. We believe fundamentally that there's an opportunity for us to demonstrate sustainability to the nation.